Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. We just saw the Knicks lose to the Boston Celtics by a buzzer beater. And disappointing to say the least, but I'm pretty sure there's a few positive things we can take from it. I don't know if Guillermo believes there's a few positive things we can take from it, but there's definitely a few positive things I think that we can take from it tonight. One, we got blown out by this team by 20 whatever points the first game, and we lost by 2 tonight on a buzzer beater. At least we can take that. But there's still more and a lot to unravel here tonight. You know what I'm saying? As we look and we talk about rotations, we talk about schemes, we talk about offense, we talk about everything that has to do with the Knicks. We're going to talk about it and figure out if we can possibly get this team on track at all. There may just be a slight sliver of a chance that we can get this team on track. I don't know. We might be able to get this team on track just a little bit. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. We're going to talk to these guys in the chat. I don't know. Guillermo's not feeling it. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking anyway. Let's go.
That's the G.
Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post to my community section. And if you're on Sportscaster, make sure you follow me on Sportscaster. All right? So let's get to this, ladies and gentlemen. Guillermo, I'm going to start with you. Say what's up to everybody. Not yet. I don't have you unmuted yet. Say what's up to everybody and just start us off with a little something, man. And your take of the game so far. Or not so far, but your take of the game, your take of tonight's game. Go ahead, man. You're good.
I'll start with the positives, man. Like we were talking about earlier, individually, I thought the players did fairly well. Not all, but I like the effort, especially in the first quarter where we were hounding the boards. We played to the weaknesses, which is a weak backcourt. We were dominating boards. We were hungry. Our defense was really sharp. Even though, it was a relatively close game. So individually, I like what I saw from the players. Just overall, man, I'm off the Fizdale bandwagon. This guy I'm not convinced by his coaching. Still too much of the dribble handoff crap. I saw tonight, for instance, where a guy I can't remember if it was Ellington. I don't think it was Ellington because it was not a guy who could shoot through. I can't remember who it was, but they ran a play for him they set a pick for him to literally just come up and get the ball from the point guard or from RJ, whoever was dribbling up top. And I'm just like, and then the play just stalled where it's basically almost 5 guys on the perimeter just passing to each other and then one guy posting up. Like, this offense is rudimentary, it's elementary, it's trash in terms of scheming and getting guys open easy possessions, man. Defensively, I'm just really pissed that, for a guy like Kemba, who again gets hot, we had no answer in terms of when he was dribbling from the corner up top and then coming into the center of the top of the key, we didn't run plays to double team him when he was getting hot. Force the ball out of his hands, push to one of other playmakers. And I'm not saying push it, Gordon Hayward, obviously stay on him, but like I said, Sam, there was that light skinned dude. I can't remember his damn name.
I know you're talking about.
Dude, the brawler looking dude.
Yeah.
That was, he hit a few free throws on us. And there was a play where they try to get him they try to switch Randle onto Kemba, but then they recovered. And I was like, in that moment, you should have just double teamed Kemba up top, stop him from getting that dribble drive because he was killing us, especially with the fouls. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Again, the discipline stuff, it shouldn't take for DJ to try to teach Mitch how to not draw fouls, even though I think some fouls are ticky-tack. But that's Fizdale. That should be teaching the kid, keep your feet on the floor, learn how to absorb contact, and allow a guy like Kemba to kind of fake and get caught by doing that head crap that he does. don't give him, the body. Don't try to force back energy into him. You're so tall. When he tries to lay it up, you're gonna block it anyway. Stuff like that, just little things that I'm just like, I'm not convinced by the coaching, man. So I'm off the Fizdale bandwagon. Morris, the three, he had finally, not say finally, but he had a good game. RJ, if I can remember, I think had a decent game as well. Randle, like we talked about, he's still having Randle dribble up top of the key, like, bruh. If you actually watch film, Fizdale, you would know that when Randle was with the Pelicans, there was a lot more movement off ball that allowed him to play the point forward position a lot effectively, where he's a big man coming, driving, and pushing, and guys can settle him because there's so much movement from guys like Jackson, Drew Holiday. Like, if you watch their games, you kind of had to, like, you couldn't really, I would say, double team on Randle, but you kind of had to keep it honest. In this offense, we literally just have Randle dribbling up top, and then it's guys are just waiting because it's like, all right, well, there's no one else moving on the perimeter. Everybody's still, so let's just wait till he gets to that point where you can double team and force him to try to pass at the double team. And he's getting pickpocketed, he's getting trapped, and people want to get on Randle. Like, someone said, oh, his body language. Well, I'm like, look, dude, if my coach is giving me the same stupid play and it's not working, I would be pissed too. Of course, I'm going to take it because I'm a player. I'm gonna try to be a warrior for you. But it's like, yo, bro, your tactics aren't good. So I don't know, man. Like, and I look, I'm happy what Frank Ntilikina did tonight, man. It was beautiful, man. I don't know where he went. I don't know about the shots where he went percentage wise, but I was happy that he was aggressive. Hit a few shots, hit a three, hit a two, or hit 2 threes. But yeah, man, we got a lot to work on. Like I said, man, this Knicks team's only going to win when one guy has a ridiculously good game, or two guys have ridiculously or really, really, really good game. Fizdale wants that individual performances to kind of uplift us versus team basketball, where you have multiple guys scoring and then the defense is tip top, and you can win with a more balanced game, man. So that's my I guess my rant. But yeah, I'm off the Fizdale bandwagon.
Okay. All right. I don't think you're the only one that's off the Fizdale bandwagon, and I'm close. I'm hanging on the end of the bumper. You know what I'm saying? And my feet are dragging on the ground. I'm close to being off the bandwagon, but I still got a little bit of hope left.
You're a coach, and you see it, bro.
I still got a little bit of hope left, but I'm close.
There's one more. Can I say just one more thing? Because I know it's going to say. I apologize. One more thing. This is how you know Fizdale's offense is useless. Why the hell, if this guy's not going to shoot the ball or set the pick and roll, why do you have Mitchell Robinson up top to literally just hand the ball off to the other point guards or guards moving around? If you don't have him, he's literally, you can literally just play off of him and not do anything. Like, literally force him to shoot the shot, or tell him, hey, we need you to run high pick and roll to at least start the offense to get things moving. Guys are in motion, man.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking about. That's one thing I was thinking about today when I was watching the game and I seen Mitchell Robinson get the ball at the top of the key. And whoever was guarding him, I don't know who it was, dropped all the way back off of him into the paint.
Yes.
And in my head, I was like, shoot it. Just shoot it. I don't care if you miss it. If you shoot an air ball, just shoot it. At least it's going to make them respect or think that you're going to shoot it, or say, okay, I better play up some. Because if he's just catching the ball and looking to hand it off, I mean, you're basically playing zone defense and protecting the middle all day long, and there's no passing lanes. That's part of the issue of having Mitchell Robinson out there, though, of course. You know what I'm saying, is that he doesn't have that in his repertoire yet. You know, that's part of the thing.
Is that he doesn't have his repertoire, or because the pass I saw was the guy was coming to Fizz, so to Mitch, so it wasn't if it was a play for Mitch to really do much. It was like guys are in motion, moving, and I'm like, well, if he's just literally there, just hand the ball off. You might as well just keep him down low, or run the high pick and roll, and then just have him play down low and just set a bunch of picks for guys down low. It doesn't make sense for him to be up top, just handing the ball off to someone else.
I think this. Right. And I know there's going to be people that, say whatever. I feel like Mitch should come out of the starting lineup and Bobby Portis should go into the starting lineup. Right. And then you got to use some lineups with Mitch where you have Mitch in the game. You have a point guard in the game. If it's Frank Ntilikina, RJ Barrett, whoever. And then everybody else around Mitch are shooters. Kevin Knox, Wayne Ellington, and whoever else you got on the floor. Bobby Portis. right? Bobby Portis, Kevin Knox, Wayne Ellington. And then you have a guard, Frank Ntilikina or R.J. Barrett with Mitch on the floor. Because now you can run that high screen and roll, and you got 3 shooters that's going to be able to spread the floor. And then you can find Mitch at the rim, for alley-oops. Right now, when they screen and roll, right, and they try to open to Mitch or whoever, even if it's Bobby Portis, he doesn't really catch the oop. They throw it to him and he lays it in. But it's in a crowd of people. R.J. Barrett would throw that pass to those guys, and he throws it up high, but it's in a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? If they surround Mitch and whatever guard you choose with 3 guys that can shoot, and those guys are Kevin Knox, Bobby Portis, and Wayne Ellington, guys that other teams are definitely going to fear, you're going to get more open looks from Mitch at the rim, because we need to get him involved in the offense, right? And if they try to collapse on Mitch because he's getting some lobs at the rim, then you got guys you swing it to the guys that's open for 3. You know what I mean? But I think that Mitch is in with the wrong lineup of players in order for him to truly be effective. You know what I'm saying? On the offensive side, I know he doesn't have a ton of offensive game as far as scoring in the post or shooting the mid range or any kind of a jump shot. He's mainly getting putbacks or catching a pass here and there. But if you use him, if you put him with the right lineups, he still can be effective, even if he's just running to the rim. But Fizdale doesn't use him in the right lineups, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
you still have to develop him as what do you want to develop him offensively? You want to be a guy who's going to be down low, and obviously it's not. He doesn't have that type of game. So I'd rather have him as a space 3. I'm not saying he's going to be shooting 5 threes a game. Well, at least have him do something. Like Aziz Azay said that they talk about the staggered pick and roll, right? I didn't see that tonight with the staggered pick and roll in terms of, all right, he's up top or he passes back to the point guard, and then he's literally kind of doing that staggered pick and roll. I didn't see that tonight. I literally just saw him at the top, like near the wing area, take the ball, wait till somebody else comes, hands it off to them, and then runs out or runs around. There's no staggered pick and roll.
I mean, but in order to start developing him in any area, we at least got to get him involved on the offensive side. Find a way to get him involved. He's really not involved besides getting rebounds and putting it back, or somebody finds him because they penetrated to the basket, which is rare for this team. You know what I mean? We're a very East and West team. You know what I mean? I know Fizdale said something about, they try to get 300 passes a game. But if your passes are not effective, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me get to City and see what his take on tonight's game. Go ahead, Fizz, man. Not Fizz. City.
That's a must win. Even if it wasn't at the Garden, that's a must win.
Hey, City. I got you live, man. Give me your take of the game.
All right, hold on, Sim. Give me a second.
All right.
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, man. What's your take of the game, man?
Oh, my take. I will lose with a shot like that every game if I had to. I'm not worried about the loss tonight. What I'm worried about, again, it's like I say all of the time, our free throw shooting. Man, our free throw shooting. All right, the last game that we played, we was up to 70%, right? Boom, cool. This game we played, we was down to like 60-something. I can't remember the exact numbers, but like I said before, 67%. The other game that we played, we were shooting 60-some% from the free throw line. That cannot happen. I told you the other day, man. I told you if I'm Coach Fizdale, what I do, free throw shooting for minutes. If you hit 30 free throws in a row, maybe you get 30 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because not saying that we would win those games just by hitting free throws, but what that does is it puts us in a better position to where teams might feel like, hey, we don't want to foul these guys because they can hit their shots, and then that might get us more open looks to the basket. But when you are a horrible free throw shooting team, when you go to the basket, people feel like, yeah, let's foul them because guess what? They ain't going to hit their shots. Like, that's just a given. But all in all, I love the game. I love the comeback. Although it was only by 7, I'm glad we weren't down by 10,
Double
12,
digits,
18 like
right?
we normally
Double digits.
do.
At least that. At least we weren't down by double digits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. But for the main part, that's my only gripe. Also, too, is this: not all of the time a coach is gonna teach you something. Sometimes you got to learn things from other players. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not Fizdale's job to just teach you everything. Like, a lot of things you're gonna learn from veterans and other players that the coach is not gonna teach you. Sometimes you get stuff. It's like an inside job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes your man puts you on to something that your best boy don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's like sometimes the coach, he could teach you stuff, but sometimes he's not going to teach you everything about basketball. Like, you're going to learn some stuff from other players that you're not going to learn from the coach. So let's not put Fizdale on the back burner right now. I thought he did a good job. And all in all, Sunday, I believe we play Sacramento Sunday, right?
Yes.
That is a must-win game for us, bro. Must win.
Okay.
Whether we play at the Garden or we playing on the road, that is a must-win game.
Okay. All right, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna ask everybody if they think that's a must-win game. Shortly, we're gonna have David Fizdale. He's not gonna be on the show. You know, he's not coming on the show, but you know, I'm going to show a minute, 43-second interview with David Fizdale shortly. Interview with RJ Barrett shortly. Okay, so be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to some of these interviews soon.
It up on
all right?
the joint. I got it up there. Hold on.
Rob the Knick.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Sam?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's your take on the game, brother? How you feel about it tonight?
Hey, look. Look, it was a good game. Fizdale finally, now look, I've been listening to the show because I've been having to work third shift, so I couldn't really participate this week. Okay. But I was listening in. And Fizdale did one thing that he done a couple of things that I liked.
All right.
He gave Frank his minutes. Frank performed in his minutes. The team performed. They didn't get down by 20. They stayed right there.
Uh-huh.
I feel as though the substitutions that he made was right on time. Now, the execution on some of the things that they did, okay. It was okay. If I had to grade Fizdale, because y'all guys was kind of hard on him. You know, especially Gizmo. And I felt as though in 4 games, in 3 games,
hold 1 second, Rob. Really... 1 second, Rob. Hey, Guillermo, I got a new name for you. I'm calling you Gizmo from now on.
Gizmo. It's easy.
Rob, he didn't mean to call you Gizmo, but he called you Gizmo. So I'm calling you Gizmo from now on.
Don't feed him after 12. That's all.
I don't get Gizmo.
He go in on Fizdale after 12 midnight. He goes in.
The reason why I'm calling you Gizmo is because Rob the Knick just accidentally called you Gizmo. So I'm calling you Gizmo from now on. I'm calling you Gizmo. My man.
Why does he call me Gizmo? What I do?
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, look, we done everything to win the game today. It took a shot. They played together. Frank did his thing. Frank showed, and I think Frank is going to get better. With this game right here, Frank is going to get better. I don't have one gripe about this game today. Everything was a positive. They played together. They handled controversy on the court. They fought back. They stayed in the game. They didn't let nobody talk them out the game. They played the same from when the whistle blew all the way to the end.
So let me ask you, do you have a problem with this constant horrible shooting? We shot, again, tonight, we shot below 40% from the field. Tonight, we shot, let me get the exact number for you. I think it's 38% from the field or something tonight. I'm going to...
Okay.
39.8% from the field. We shot 39.8% from the field. You happy with that? We're not going to win games with that.
No, I'm not happy with that. The only thing is this, and I think timing is going to fix this. that Wayne Ellington ain't going to be running around every screen thinking that he's Reggie Miller. And Frank is going to get a little bit more comfortable into who he gets the ball to. So I feel as though the shooting percentage is going to change just because of the direction of Frank. But what Frank did in the game on both ends of the floor, even though, look, Kemba was hitting 35-footers. But he did not challenge Frank going to that basket because he knew better. He just so happened to, Kimball is a career 42% free field goal shooter.
He shot 42% tonight. No, actually, he shot 42.1% tonight.
Okay, that's where he's at. So he was in a little, like, okay, so he can shoot that, like, 40. He's not going to shoot 45. 40, that's his peak with Frank Gardner. That's his peak. He won't peak past that. So we'll look from 42% down to about 35. So we controlling that. Frank on the control that. Okay. So with Frank on the floor, he was hitting his shots, and with him staying out there, Fizdale didn't pull him. He left him out there. He said, "Okay, you want battle?" And now it was because of circumstances. But if Frank continues to play like that, and then what RJ said about him, he validated him today.
Okay. All right.
And then Fizdale validated him today because the New York media already validated Frank.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fizdale actually, he has no choice but to validate him right now because that's his only point guard. I mean, he hasn't been validating him. If Elfrid Payton and Dennis Smith Jr. were not hurt, would Frank be playing? We don't know. But I'm going to come back to you, Rob. I want to get to some of the stats of the game. I want to break down some of the stats of the game. And then we're going to listen to David Fizdale talk about tonight's game and the loss to the Boston Celtics. All right, so let's break down this game just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Look, the Knicks, they won the first quarter 23-22. Right? And I was excited because they were playing well. Was there a ton of ball movement? I don't know if there was a ton of ball movement. But they were doing things well, and they were playing. I mean, they played well throughout the whole game, I guess. Right, they didn't hit shots, they didn't hit free throws, but they played well. They played well defensively. They rebounded the basketball. We're going to go through it. They rebounded the basketball. They continued to fight back when they would get down. But again, they could not seal the deal. They could not close the game. The Knicks lost 104-102 to the Boston Celtics on a last-second. Well, I guess obviously it wasn't a three. It was a two-pointer on a last-second long two by Jayson Tatum. Second quarter was tied 27-27. The Knicks took a 1-point lead into halftime. Third quarter, it looked like maybe Boston was going to try to push this thing out, blow it open a little bit. They were not able to. The Knicks kept it tight, 26-24. The Knicks lost the third quarter. Right? Going into the fourth quarter, still, it was a tight game. Right? Knicks down 1 going into the fourth quarter. The Celtics go up 5, 6, 7 points. The Knicks continue to battle back and fight back. All right? I don't want to say on a lucky bounce. Kevin Knox got the rebound, kicked it out to Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris knocks down the three. Still, I believe the difference in the game is having a closer on the floor. Tim Walker, you know what I'm saying, one guy that can really carry you. I'm not going to say Marcus Morris really carried the Knicks. You know, he had a good game, but did he carry the team? I don't know. And if you hear noises in the background, ladies and gentlemen, that's the TV going. My daughter has some friends over to watching Halloween movies and stuff like that, even though Halloween is over, to watch a Halloween movie. So if you hear any noise in the background, that's what it is. All right. So the Knicks couldn't seal the deal. Once again, let's take a look at some more of the stats. The Celtics' biggest lead was 7. The Knicks' biggest lead 4. They had 24 lead changes in the game. The longest run by either team was 9. 10 times the game was tied. Look, we talked about it last night when we had almost 2,000 people on. We talk about some of the things that the Knicks had to do, and they did it for the most part. They did it for the most part. They won the rebounding battle. They won the rebounding battle 51-44. They got offensive rebounds. Look, if you're going to be a poor shooting team, you got to get offensive rebounds. The Knicks got offensive rebounds. They had 16 offensive rebounds tonight, 35 defensive rebounds. They had 22 assists. Right? If they shoot a better percentage, this team maybe has 27, 28 assists. If they shoot a better percentage from the field. Right? The Knicks had 9 steals, 4 blocks, only 13 turnovers tonight, and that's key. That's one of the key reasons why the Knicks were in this game. They only had 13 turnovers. Right? Boston is the number 1 team in the league at scoring off of another team's turnovers. All right, the number 1 team in the league. So it's imperative when you play the Celtics that you keep your turnovers down. The Knicks did that tonight. They only had 13 turnovers. All right. The Knicks shot 39.8% from the field, 37 for 93. They did, 93 shots. That's a lot of shots. Right? That's a good number of shots for the Knicks. They shot 36.8% from the three-point line, 66.7% from the free throw line. Right? They were 14 for 21. We've got to do a better job hitting those free throws. If we start hitting these free throws, some of these games could be different. You look at the Celtics, they were 27 for 29 for 93.1%. They made 93.1% of their free throws. Right, the Celtics only have 44 rebounds. They had 21 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, and 14 turnovers. Look, these teams, as far as numbers are concerned, are very similar. There's a few different ingredients that the Celtics have that the Knicks don't have. Right? They have some, they can close, they can seal the deal. They've been able to seal the deal so far this season in all of their games but one. The Celtics shot 44.6% from the field, 32.4% from 3. And then, like I said, 93.1% from the free throw line. Take a look at the box scores. Get this back up here. The Knicks, Julius Randle. I don't know what we're going to do with Julius Randle, man. And so far for the season, look, he came to the Knicks shooting about 55% from the field. He hasn't done that this season so far. And it's not totally his fault. Obviously, we've got to find a way to get this man the ball in position where he can get easy buckets. Okay? Tonight, Julius Randle, he played 33 minutes. He had 8 points. He was 42.9% from the field, 3 for 7. He only took 7 shots. And I don't know if him only taking 7 shots, has to do with him not playing well or has to do with him trying to figure out how to play when teams are trying to double and triple team him. There's a lot that I think he's figuring out right now, but he only took 7 shots tonight. 10 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists, and he's back to his turnover habits. He had 6 turnovers tonight, 1 steal. Marcus Morris was the man tonight. He had 29 points playing against his old team. He shot 47% from the field. He's 8 for 17. He shot 5 for 8 from 3. He was 8 for 11 from the free throw line. He had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals. Can he continue? Can he keep this up? I don't know. I don't know. Mitchell Robinson, he played 16 minutes. I looked at an interview with David Fizdale, and like last game, he said he thought Mitchell Robinson was playing well, but guess what? He only played him 19 minutes. Mitchell Robinson played 16 minutes. He had 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks. And I'm going to tell you what, people can disagree with me all you want. I said it before the season started. I do not believe that Mitchell Robinson should be starting the game. I think that Mitchell Robinson needs to come off the bench and he needs more time learning the ropes. And Mitchell Robinson, Marcus Morris, and Julius Randle together down there along that front line, it's not working. It's not working. And look, I don't know. The proof is in the pudding, man. I know David Fizdale said he's not ready to pull him out the starting lineup. He likes what he brings defensively. I get it. I know. I get that. But you're still only playing him 16 minutes. Right? Yeah, he's getting 2 blocks, but you're only playing him 16 minutes. RJ Barrett played 39 minutes again. He had 15 points. He only shot 29.4% from the field this game. 1 for 4 from 3. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists. All right, 1 steal, 1 block. Frank Ntilikina played 37 minutes. That's a season high for Frank Ntilikina as far as minutes are concerned. 10 points is a season high for Frank Ntilikina. He was 4 for 9 from the field. He shot 44.4%. He was 2 for 4 from 3. He had 3 rebounds. He had 2 assists. He had 1 turnover. He also had 3 steals, 1 block. Played very good defense. All right, he didn't shut down Kemba Walker at all, but he made it tough on him. Although even though Kemba Walker had 33 points, he made it tough on him. Bobby Portis played 20 minutes. He had 13 points, 37% from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 7 rebounds. Wayne Ellington, he played 24 minutes, had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Kevin Knox continues to play well. He could have shot a better percentage, but he continues to play well. He was 5 for 12 from the field. He had 12 points, 2 for 7 from 3. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a key rebound and assist when he kicked it out to Marcus Morris. That's all that played tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that played tonight. No Taj Gibson, no Damian Dotson, no Iggy, no Trier. Right? So Fizdale cut the bench down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. He dwindled that bench down. We'll see if he continues to dwindle down that bench. I don't know. Look, last game, Damian Dotson was getting burned. Taj Gibson played a little bit. This game, nothing. It's always hard to say with Fizdale, who's going to play, who's not going to play. That's just how it goes with Fizz. For Boston, Jayson Tatum, he was the hero tonight. He hit the game-winning shot. He had 24 points, shot 52% from the field, 52.9% from the field, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Gordon Hayward, he had 13 points, 9 rebounds. Daniel Tice, 5 points, 8 rebounds. But Daniel Tice, he may not get a lot of points and all that kind of stuff, but he's a bruiser down there. And he hustles, he works. Marcus Smart, he had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, did his Marcus Smart stuff. Kemba Walker, of course, he led the team in points. He had 33 points. 8 for 19 from the field, shot 42%, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers. By no means did Frank Ntilikina shut him down. I didn't expect him to, though. Honestly. I know, everyone talks about what he did on Kemba Walker and FIBA and all this stuff. Cool. I didn't expect him to shut Kemba Walker down. Grant Williams, he had 10 points, 4 rebounds. Semi Ojeleye, 15 minutes, had 2 points. Carson Edwards, and little light-skinned kids that's running around knocking down threes all the time. He had 2 points, 4 rebounds. Brad Wanamaker, he had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Vincent Poirier, he played 6 minutes. So the Knicks drop another one. Let's hear from David Fizdale, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear from David Fizdale. But while I'm queuing up David Fizdale, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. All right, so I'm going to queue this up right now. And as I'm queuing this up, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you are
Coach, obviously,
if you're on Sportscaster, follow me on Sportscaster. All right, we're going to go ahead and listen to David Fizdale right about now, ladies and gentlemen, and find out what did he think about the game. Where's he at with it?
Coach, obviously a tough loss to win a game like that, but at the same time, when you take a look at the way that you played this team a week ago versus tonight, you can see a lot of improvement. And what do you see there?
Yeah, our defense was much better in this game. We really took the challenge defensively, and offensively, I felt like we trusted each other a lot more down the stretch. That was important.
You don't get the win, but Marcus Morris, a big night for him. Did he need this moment?
Yeah, he needed a breakout game, I think, to see that ball go through constantly. And, what better gym to do it in than the old one that you were in. He really tried. He wanted that game. He tried to win it for us. The kid Tatum had a hell of a shot.
You put Frank in for his defense tonight, but offensively, he also made some big shots, a couple of big threes. What did you see from him?
Confidence and just, playing free and not worrying about anything. He's just he's doing the job that I'm asking him to do, and I'm really proud of the way he's going about it.
Is there anything on the final shot that could have been done better?
No, other than it missing. Yeah, I thought RJ, that was as good a contest that you can have. The kid Tatum turned to his left shoulder, falling out of bounds. I mean, it's just a great shot. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to a guy.
You guys did a lot of different things today with him, and it looks like Kemba comes up the same way. 32 first time, 33 today.
Yeah, but hey, as long as we got a chance to win in the end, I don't really care if somebody had 50. You just want to have a chance to win on the road, and he's a great player. And so, some games it's gonna be that, but as long as you got a chance to win, that's all you care about.
Did it seem like the Celtics were trying to get you guys to switch to get the matchups that they wanted on offense to neutralize Frank on Kemba and another position?
All right, let's bring that back. David Fizdale was about to say, I don't give a F. That's what he was about to say, but he caught himself. Good job on that one, Dave. Catching yourself because you was about to get yourself a fine or something. He was about to go for it. The Knicks did play well defensively. I mean, they held the Celtics. The Celtics aren't really a good shooting team anyway, but they did help, I think the Celtics came into this game shooting like 42% from the field or something like that. The Celtics shot 44.6. It was a great shot by Jayson Tatum, to knock that down. But once I seen it go to Jayson Tatum, I knew it was going in. I knew he was hitting that shot. I could just feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd been hitting shots all night. He'd been hitting that crossover pull up all night long, and I felt like he was going to hit it. RJ Barrett listen, I don't think you could have played better defense than what RJ Barrett did on that shot. I mean, the only way you could have played better defense is just not letting him catch the basketball at all. And sometimes that's much harder said, much easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? Much easier said than done, not letting somebody touch the basketball. It's just not easy. It's just not easy to do it. Look, we can easily say, don't let him get the ball, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? The defense, a lot of times, can't react into the offense moves. You know what I'm saying? You can deny, you can put yourself in a whatever position, but you really can't react until the offense moves. And even though you deny and do all of these things, they're going to counter what you do defensively and find a way to get the ball if they're a good basketball player. Jayson Tatum found a way to get the ball and pulled a good shot. You can't. I don't know if you can ask RJ Barrett to defend it any better than he did. You know what I'm saying? It was just a pretty good shot. Kudos to Jayson Tatum for that shot. I don't like the fact that he hit that shot, but it was a good shot. And it was good defense. You know what I mean? It was good defense. Let's hear RJ Barrett, and then I'll come around. Hopefully you guys in the chat are listening. Then I'm going to come around and get you guys' take on RJ Barrett and David Fizdale and, what they've said about this last-minute shot and so on and so forth.
They moved the ball well, so it was good.
RJ Barrett.
Starting point guard.
Let me rewind that for you. Let me rewind it. There we go. Let's go.
Big night for Marcus Morris. You guys were behind him every step of the way. He put this team on his back down the stretch late. What did you see from him tonight?
We were trying to find him. We know, today it's his night. It was his night. And we did the best we could to find him. And he made some incredible shot, big shot at the end to, tie the game. And that's the type of stuff he could do. So, happy to have him on our team.
A lot of talk about the ball movement this early portion of the season. What did you think of it tonight?
It was good. It was good. That's what we've been working on, and every game you can kind of see,
let's see if we can get this back going. And maybe we can't, but it sounds like he's about to say it every game. We can see it growing.
Improvements, and today we moved the ball well, so it was good.
Starting point guard. What did you see from him tonight?
Big time, Frank. Big time, knocking out some huge shots for us. He played Kemba hard all game long, and it's great to have somebody like that on your team.
big night for Marcus Morris. You guys were behind him every step of the way. He put this team on his back down the stretch late.
That's just a repeat, and we'll go ahead and talk about, what he said. I like what he said about Frank and Rob the Knick. I heard what you said. Well, when you said that R.J. Barrett, is validified or whatever you want to say. Frank Ntilikina, I guess. But listen, I think Frank Ntilikina has always been valid. He's just got to be used and used in a manner that's gonna highlight his strengths. But I want to know from you guys. R.J. Barrett said, the ball movement is picking up every game. More and more ball movement. Are you guys seeing more and more ball movement? I'm gonna take a phone call right now. I want to know. Do you see more ball movement? Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping with you, brother? Hello? Yeah, you there? There you go. You there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. What's good, Sam?
What's good with you, man? Tell me. Do you see the ball movement getting better?
I just wanted to talk about David Fizdale.
You broke up on me, my man. You broke up on me. I want to know what you guys think. Do you see the ball movement getting better? All right, I'm going to come to some guys in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. I know that I already know Guillermo's answer, so I'm not even going to come to Guillermo. Mark, what's going on, Mark?
What's going on, dogs?
Tell me, is the ball move? Do you think the ball movement is getting better?
Yeah, it was good today. It was really good. It gets good. Like they go through spurts where the ball movement look good through games, but today was a good game, man. That's all I could say. Other than that, the difference between us and other teams, they got bucket getters. That's it. We don't have bucket getters. We lack that. We lack a person who can get a bucket, and that's where these games are leading to. A guy that can get you a bucket. And our best guy can't get us a bucket. That's just what it is.
Okay, so are you seeing the ball movement pick up each game?
Yeah, the movement was good tonight. I didn't have a problem with it at all. I did not have a problem with it at all.
I'm seeing more. Here's my problem with the ball movement that I am seeing, because I do see more ball movement. Right, I seen it in the last game.
Wait, hold on. I just hate when it gets stuck up top when Randle has it up top. That's when sometimes the ball movement, and he don't make quick passes. Like some of the guys don't make quick passes when it needs to be made. Like him and Morris, sometimes when they have it so much because they up top most of the time. And you see players make coming off curls or making cuts. You have to have a player that has good IQ to get the ball out of his hand, so it could make the next person make a move for it to lead to an open shot. That's what happens a lot. It's a lot of breakdowns on our side because our guys aren't quick to get rid of the ball. That's what I keep seeing most of the time.
Okay.
When the sets are being played, I'm seeing sets being played. But if your so-called ball handler don't get rid of the ball when the play being developed, then the play gets trash, and then you have to go one-on-one. That's what I'm seeing all the time.
Yeah. Now, here's my problem with the ball movement that I am seeing, because I am seeing more ball movement, more passes being made. But the problem that I have and what I'm seeing is that we're going east and west.
Yeah,
we're going from side to side.
That's because when your ball handlers don't have the IQ and not get rid of the ball quick, it's going to turn into that. Because
I don't know if it. But I don't know if it always turns into that. I mean, the things that I see look like they're set. When we do that weave, that's set to go side to side.
I'm really starting to hate that.
Yeah. I mean, we go side to side, and we never get penetration to the basket off of it.
And no, the reason why we don't get penetration to the basket because our guys don't do it.
But there's other ways. But there's other ways to get penetration to the basket besides just having somebody dribble to the basket. You can penetrate the lane by getting guys cutting to the basket and catching them on cuts, backdoor screens, flashing to the middle of the paint. I mean, there's different ways to penetrate the paint besides just dribble penetration. Penetration is just one form of getting to the paint.
honestly, bro, they don't even run the pick and roll correctly. And it's the most simplest thing. They don't even do it. They don't even do it. Like our big man, they don't even screen properly to even get a pick and
Well,
roll.
that's what I was about to say that next. We don't even
And
set good screens, man.
That's why we run and we get the defense off of us because our guys aren't penetrating when they're supposed to or don't want to penetrate because they don't know how to set good screens. And our point guards, the only person I see from time to time that do it, but he's just slow on the pick and roll, is RJ Barrett. I'm talking about other guys that handle the ball most of the time. When the pick and roll comes, they don't take the pick and roll, or they don't do it. They just don't do it.
Let me get back to you, Mark.
Go
ahead, because I got Tony Crow on the line. I want to get to Tony.
Boston was so smart. If you could watch what Boston did, they made sure that they took Frank off Kemba Walker every time defensively. If you watch how Boston got Kemba Walker off of Frank every time, bro, it was magic in the air the way the coach for Boston was doing that for Kemba.
Well, that's because they know we switch. They know that we switch every play, and so they set a screen and we switch. Bro, that's it. That's all you got to do. When your defensive scheme is to switch, it's easy to get your best player against the defender that they want. Right? It's easy to do that because you know what? They're just going to switch the screen anyway. So if Frank Ntilikina is guarding Kemba Walker and I don't know, Kevin Knox is guarding Gordon Hayward, and they want to get Kevin Knox on Kemba Walker, set a screen with Gordon Hayward. Frank Ntilikina is going to switch to Gordon Hayward. Kevin Knox is now on Kemba, and Kemba goes to work. That's what teams do to us every time.
You know why they put Knox in every offensive play, right? Because they have good feet work, play defense.
Yeah, I just use Knox as an example, but that's what teams do to us every time. They set a screen, switch, and then go ahead. Now we got the mismatch we want. They do it every time.
And like I
every
said,
time.
It was cool because we was close, but we need a bucket getter. That's all, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
That's all.
Hey, Gizmo. Oh, Gizmo. Hey, Gizmo. and my man, May 4th, just he got your theme song too. He got the audio 2 song. Giz is chill. Milk is chilling. Giz is chilling. What more can I say? Top billing. You heard Tony? That's his new nickname. That's Gizmo's new nickname.
Yeah, my new
Gizmo.
nickname is Gizmo from the dude whose internet never works. What's that dude's name?
Rob the Nick.
Rob the Nick, the dude who comes on. I even gave the guys props. I said that individually the players played well. I liked them, but Rob the Nick just goes on his own little rant.
But when he said Gizmo, he wasn't trying to call you Gizmo. He was saying your name and somebody else's name at the same time. It just came out Gizmo.
Oh, okay. I just because Gizmo comes from the Gremlins, right?
The Gremlins, little the Gremlins. He was just talking. And he was trying to say Guillermo.
That's stupid. I hated that movie.
Right. He was trying to say Guillermo. He was trying to say Guillermo, but it came out Gizmo.
I got you.
Yeah. Gizmo in the building.
That ain't a bad nickname.
Nah, man. It's cool. It's all right. Giz is chilling. That's what you got to put. Instead of guest, like right now he has guest instead of Guillermo. Just put Giz is chilling up there. We got you. Tony, man, what do you think, man? Are you seeing more ball movement? And do you like the ball movement that you're seeing if you are seeing more ball movement?
What I see is, like you said, we're going from side to side. What I will say is that has improved. So they're definitely running what Fizz wants them to run. Offensively and defensively, that the switching, like it was a point in the fourth where I was hoping Frank said no, I'm not switching. I'm staying on Kemba.
Right.
And I don't know if he has that mentality. Somebody would probably have to put the bug in his ear as far as that. Because it's like you said, they know we switch. So it's easy to get a big on Kimba anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that was the most disappointing part. Like it comes to a point where you have to know the switching's not helping, and you have to tell, or as a defender, you would like the defender to step up and be like, nah, I got him, clear out. You know what I mean? I'm fighting through it. Or we trap and then you get back to your man. There has to be something to change that, or we're gonna get killed by point guards all year
long. We'll be getting killed by point guards because everybody, right? I mean, everyone's gonna switch. Yeah, the ball movement. There is more ball movement, and I am seeing more ball movement, but I do feel like it's going side to side. The ball movement is going side to side a lot of times, or I feel like we're getting more passes in, but sometimes they're useless. Just little useless touch passes here and there.
It's
you know what I'm
same,
saying?
It's like the same motion back and forth, around,
exactly.
back and forth. Now, I get why he does it, because every now and again you do get that guy that instead of coming to the ball cuts to the rim. So I don't know if it's just like trying to repeat it. So when you don't do it, now you have an advantage. But I don't know. It just seems like it's too repetitive.
Too repetitive.
I don't know if he has a large enough arsenal in his playbook, or in his scheme, in his system. And I'm not trying to kill Dave at all. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm a firm believer, like, whether he does good or bad, we got to keep him and ride that contract out, because, we're still paying 2 other coaches, and part of changing the culture, you can't keep giving these guys new coaches and new systems.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the very least, if it doesn't end up turning out well, I'm hoping he improves as well as the play. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you.
I want to see growth from Fizdale as well as the players.
I definitely agree with you. Slowly though, I am. I hate to say it because I wanted Fizdale to be the coach. I thought he was going to be the guy, but slowly, Tony, I'm losing some faith, man. I'm losing some faith.
I feel you too, but like I'm trying to keep my logic is telling me, like, even if it gets ugly and nasty, we gotta ride him. We gotta ride it out. You know what I mean? Like, how many coaches have we had in the last 5 years?
I know none of these guys go past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? None of these guys go past 2 years.
Yeah. So, even if it gets ugly, we gotta hope he improves as well. So
yeah. And the one thing that I think that a lot of Knicks fans forget about David Fizdale is that he is still a very young coach. You know what I mean? He was an assistant coach for Miami for a very long time. We know that, but he was in Memphis for what, a half of a season, right?
A season and a half.
It was a season and a half? Okay, maybe a season and a half then, right? In Memphis for a season and a half, and now he's been in with the Knicks for 1 season and not even a quarter of a season, right? So that's still a very, very young coach. And when he was in Memphis, there was already a culture and a system there. He didn't have to come in and do much. They already knew how they were going to play.
Well, I mean, I think the argument there was he came in and was trying to change the culture.
Change the culture, yeah, sure.
Implement his system.
Right. And the way that he wanted to stop.
They were used to. And then, some people argue, I mean, it's not an argument, but even in Miami, now you're dealing with prime people, like your 3 best players are in their prime. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a totally different situation as well. So, you got to look at what we have here. It's majority youth. and players still reaching their full potential. So we have to watch them grow. He's gonna have to have some growing pains as well.
Yeah. What's up with Julius Randle, man? He's a guy that I wanted. Man. I mean, I did a whole video about him and D'Angelo Russell. He is a guy that I wanted. What's up? What's going on?
I gotta take on Randle, and I'm interested in what you think. I think number one is he came in. Everybody, including the us here on this platform, and everywhere else, he's the man. He's coming to be the man. It's his team.
Right.
I think off the jump, that might have been the not the right move. Like I remember the video we did where I'm talking about how we should have a different leading scorer every game. Nobody should be the man on this particular team. I think that's the model that we have to go by. I think he's getting more comfortable in that. I don't have to be the leading scorer. Like you said, he took 7 shots tonight. Like, I'm not mad at 7 shots. Honestly, I'm mad at the turnovers. So once he fixed the turnovers and the free throws, I think we're gonna be all right. And that's the biggest issue with the team. Overall, turnovers, free throws. He's the biggest culprit because he's been having the ball at the end of the games, and having I want to say he's had a turnover at the end of every game, like like at a crucial moment, like 2 minutes.
He has. He's had a turnover. I mean, he's obviously had at least a turnover in every game, but coming down the end of the, coming down the stretch.
Fourth quarter, down the home run stretch.
Yeah.
And that's what's killing him more than anything. Turnovers and free throws. I'm not worried about his shot per se. He's getting better at reading the double teams, and that's another thing that he may not have been used to. That's probably new to him. Double team almost every possession, especially down the stretch. So, again, that's a learning curve. But yeah, if he could fix them turnovers, and if him and Barrett could hit them free throws, our record is totally different so far this year.
All right. So what do you see?
2 or 3 more wins.
What do you think David Fizdale can do to help get Randle going? What can David Fizdale do?
Best thing for him is just let the game come to him. That's one thing I'm super impressed with Barrett about, and that's another reason why I don't want to just. I hear a lot of people talking about give the keys to Barrett. I don't want him. I don't want to give him the keys. I want him to play exactly the way he's playing. Let the game come to him. I want everybody to let the game come to them. I think he's just pushing it. And
but there's got to be something.
Maybe find out where his spot is, somewhere where he knows he's deadly, and just try to get him 2 or 3 buckets there every quarter. You know what I mean? So now he'll get into this mindset of, all right, when we need a bucket, I know if I get to this spot right here, I'm money.
Right. But see, one thing that I think is hindering him, he doesn't shoot the mid-range much. Right? It's almost get to the basket all or nothing with him. He doesn't pull up and shoot a mid-range much at all. You know what I mean? A couple jab steps and pull up. We've seen him practice it with Melo over the summer, but we haven't really seen him implement it in the game. And to be honest with you, though, his jumper isn't actually all that great when he does pull it, though. I think that's part of, the thing that holds him back, because he wants to get to the basket so bad, right? And he's plowing his way and trying to push his way to the basket, and teams are just collapsing on him. You know what I mean? They're just collapsing, and they do it right when he's in the midst of making a move to the basket, and it's almost nothing he can do. Well, there is something he can do, but he's not ready. He doesn't know how to deal with it yet. You know what I'm saying?
He's not used to it. It's still new to him. And if we were gonna ride somebody out, I think Morris would be the person. I mean, he probably has the best mid range.
True.
And he's another one. I want a couple less dribbles. You know what I mean? Like where he just gets to his stuff and makes a quick decision. He's deadly.
Yeah. Now
Morris, and I think a lot of our guys have to pick that up. Get to your spot, make your shot, make your move.
Quick shots, quick moves. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold the ball. If you were going to take one of those guys out the starting lineup, who would you take out between Morris and Randle? Because I'm not impressed with them playing together.
To be honest, I would do Morris. I don't know if Fizz has that. I mean, it would be Randle. I don't know if Fizz has that in him.
You said it would be Randle.
Yeah. But I mean, and to be honest, I'd probably keep them too and insert Gibson and put Gibson at the 5.
Okay.
And keep Randle and keep Morris. Because Morris is our most consistent player so far. He has the most consistent shot. He's probably not going to go up and down as far as like his percentage all season. Barrett's pretty good, but it's all getting to the rim. And that's another thing. They missed a couple of fouls down low with Barrett going to the basket tonight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And look, Barrett's going to be one of those guys. I feel like Barrett's going to end up being one of those guys kind of like Melo where, you know, he gets hit a lot going to the basket and those type of things and doesn't get the call, you know, as it goes on and moves on in his career. But, man, Fizdale has a lot to work through with this group, man. We're 1-5 right now. We're starting a stretch of the season, though, where maybe we can make a bit of a run. Right? We got Sacramento the next game. We're going to start looking at these things a little bit. I'm hoping to get a couple more, another interview or two in. I'm hoping that maybe I can get the full interviews, you know, so we can listen to the full interviews. But do you think, coming up, and I'm going to read off our upcoming schedule, right? And I want to know if you think that we can make a run. Because, to be honest with you, if you look at our schedule so far, and I know, you know, there's a lot of people that's skeptical and they don't want to hear it, and I get all of that. Trust me, I understand it. They don't want to hear it. But, let's be honest. We played, our first 6 games, we played 5 playoff teams, right? In the first 6 games, we played San Antonio. We played Brooklyn. We played Boston. We played Orlando, and then we played Boston again. 5, I'm going to say, projected playoff teams. Right? 5 projected playoff teams we played. Now, this is what we got coming up. And tell me what you think this is. All right, if you think this is a win or loss. We got Sacramento. At home Sunday.
They're playing well, but I'm going to say a win.
Okay, so we got Sacramento at home on Sunday. We got the Detroit Pistons in Detroit on Wednesday, so we get a little bit of time. What are you doing with that one?
I mean, again, they're playing well too.
Yeah.
it's winnable, but they're big.
Right.
They're big down, in the paint, and we really only like Tyler's gonna have to play. He's gonna have to get in that rotation. But yeah, I say we could win. We could win that one.
Okay, so right now the Pistons are 2-4. All right, the Knicks were 1-5. We're last in the East. The Pistons are 2-4. The Sacramento Kings, they're 0-5. All right, so that's who's coming up next. The Kings are 0-5. They lost their first 5 games. If you look at some of the stats, and we're gonna go into this a little bit deeper. They scored 98.6 points per game. Their opponents score 115.6 points per game.
Should win that.
We should win that one. We should win that one. Right? The Pistons, 2-4. Let's see what they're doing. The Pistons are they average 107.5 points per game. They give up 112.5 per game points per game. That's a game that we should be right there and possibly be able to win. We should be right there with them. All right. After the Pistons, we play the Mavericks. All right, the Mavs right now are 3-1. Right? That's in Dallas. They're 3-1 right now.
Yeah, I don't see us winning in Dallas, but I'll say this. If Dennis Smith is back, I'm gonna go out on a whim and say we do win that game.
Okay. Ooh. All right. That's gonna be the first time ever that Kristaps Porzingis plays against the Knicks.
Against the Knicks, yep.
First time ever that he plays against the Knicks. So even though it's not at Madison Square Garden, that's gonna be a big game, and it's gonna be a hot game. Everyone's gonna want to be, check that game out. Then the next game we play the Cleveland Cavaliers at home.
Yeah, we should win. We should win
that
game.
Right now, the Cavaliers are 2-3. Cavaliers are 2-3 right now. All right. Then we play Chicago in Chicago. The Bulls are 2-4 at the moment. Right, and then we play Dallas at home. November 14th, we play Dallas at home, and that's going to be, that's going to be a big matchup right there. Playing Dallas at home. Then we play Charlotte at home. Then we play Cleveland at home. With the way this, it's nice to have a softer schedule, but I'm still not sure what to expect. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have a softer schedule, but I'm still not sure what to expect. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's messed up because we know we don't quit and we go hard to the end of the game, but we haven't pulled them out. You know what I mean? We had that one we ended that one game with the 15-0 run. But other than that, we've been a team that's been giving up the runs.
Right. I mean, the only team that we closed out and beat were the Bulls, and that's maybe a team that we thought we should beat. Every other team that we played's been at least a potential playoff team. Right? So
I tell you what, this is a crucial stretch. If we could come out and go on a run right now and win 4 of the next 5 or 5 of the next 6, I think that'll be a determining factor of where our season goes. If we go on this next stretch and go 3-3, I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's good enough to turn or to start building towards a positive net season.
Okay. And listen, it may not be, because after we play the Cavaliers on November the 18th, we start that stretch that we've been talking about. Start that rough stretch. So we've got to take advantage of this schedule right now. And yeah, I agree with you. If we don't, we've got to come out of this with not with a winning record, but we've got to, this group of games that we have coming up, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games where the schedule is kind of soft. 5-3, 6-2, and we can come out of it 5-3 or 6-2. We still may not have a winning record. Well, we won't have a winning record, but at least we get some wins under our belt, and then we move into this rough schedule, right? Philadelphia, San Antonio, the Nets, Toronto, the 76ers again, Boston, Milwaukee, Denver, Indiana, Portland, the Warriors, who aren't playing too well, and they may be trashed by the time we play them, but then we play the Kings again, then Denver, Hawks, Miami, then the Bucks again. That mid-November through December is, a rough schedule. You know what I'm saying? And definitely going from mid-November to mid-December is a very tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then it starts to, gets a little bit lighter, but you're still playing some tough teams. We got to get it done now with this stretch. We got to get it done with this stretch if we want to have a chance at the season, man. If we don't get it done in this stretch, we don't come and we win, we go 5-3 or 6-2. Season could very well be over midway through December, because that stretch is brutal. That is a brutal stretch. You know what I'm saying? That's just a rough stretch. It's hard for me to see from December 29th. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. From November 20th to December 15th, I see maybe one win over Sacramento. Honestly, maybe one win. I'm going to read that off again. November 28th are the Philadelphia 76ers. Then you got the Spurs, then the Nets, then Toronto, then the Sixers, then Boston, then Milwaukee, then Denver, then Indiana, then the Trailblazers, the Warriors, then the Kings, and then the Nuggets. I see one win over the Kings in that stretch. That's 13 games, 14 games right there.
I'm gonna go 2 in the possible as a minimum, because I think the Warriors are in that stretch, and like you said, I think they're done by then.
Okay.
And then you got the Kings, we should win. And then we got 2 possibles just because I think we could play Boston well and squeeze one out, and we played the Nets well. I think we could squeeze one out. So
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Four winnables, and then the other ones are gonna have to show us who we are as a team, if we aspiring playoff team or not.
That's tough, man. Our season could be. I hate to say it, but our season could really be done by mid-December if we don't get it together, man.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna ask you this question, and then I'm gonna let you go. If by chance, knock on wood, hopefully not, but if by chance the season's done, right, and it's late to mid December, what do you want to see with the rotation? Do you want the youth movement all over again, and then move these 1-year guys?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't even know, man. I don't know. I don't know. If that happens by mid-December, man, I don't know. I have no idea.
That's probably the best move, like organization-wise and player-wise, because you don't want these guys upset on a losing team and sulking. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you definitely don't want them on a losing team, soaking and coming off the bench.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I know, man.
that might be the best move if we get down to that stretch. But shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time. Keep doing your thing.
No doubt.
Keep listening in.
I appreciate you, bro. No doubt.
No doubt.
Peace. All right, I want to get to the chat, man. I want to know, man, what do you guys think? This stretch coming up. Guillermo, Gizmo, I'm coming to you, Gizmo.
Yo, what's up, Sim?
How crucial is this stretch coming up?
I mean, it's fairly crucial because you got to win games that basically set the tone for the season, right? Do these guys have any faith, in the current structure? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's fairly crucial because he also has to find out what guys he can add and put in, to try to improve what we have in his lineup. Do you give more minutes to Portis? Do you allow freaking what's her name to play? Trier to play? Because Trier's been absent. I don't know what's wrong with Trier. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if this is the same thing he's doing with Frank, where he wants him to fit a certain style of play. You know what I mean? So guys can lose faith fairly quickly. Now, if we want to run where we win over slightly above 500, then yeah, this could probably enlighten the season a little bit for us. But again, once you start losing, then you have guys who are playing for their contracts, right? What we saw from Morris tonight was fairly decent. I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but he played a lot more. He played a lot better in spots than he did in the previous game, where I think he was kind of chucking a little bit. And you don't want it. You don't want where a guy's basically trying to showcase himself off for the team. So this stretch is really important. Like you said, we're playing Brooklyn again. I think you said we're playing the Hawks, Kings. And if you're playing the Celtics tough, right? If you're playing teams that are probably playoff bound fairly tough, some of these teams that aren't playoff bound, you should be, in theory, you should be beating, right?
Right.
If you're not beating, that shows that maybe you just play up for certain games, and then you let down certain games. You play down to your competition. That makes sense. Even though we're not better,
right.
than a lot of teams. So, I do think it's important. But we need to talk about Trier, Sim. We haven't talked about Trier yet. But I'll let you.
All right, let me get around. I want to find out what these guys think about this upcoming stretch. Then we'll get back. We'll talk about Trier some more. All right. City for real. This stretch coming up. We got a stretch of teams that are, below 500, maybe not playoff teams. Maybe some are on the bubble. Is this a crucial stretch for us?
It is. It starts with Sunday. I already said it earlier. Sunday is a must-win game for us. Like, I could care less what anybody says. Sunday is a must-win game for us just because if the guys want to prove something, we got to win Sunday. Because if they love Coach Fizz as much as they say, they got to come out and win Sunday. Like, you know what I mean? Or else people going to be calling for Coach Fizz's job. They're already calling for it. I mean, as far as us fans.
Right,
it's not out there,
right.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's not out there in social media wise where people are, tweeting, whatever. It is a little bit, but it ain't blowing up yet. So Sunday's game against the Kings, that is a must-win game. And as far as the rest of the schedule goes, we got to win the games that we feel like we're supposed to win.
Well, looking at that schedule,
all of the subpar teams, all of the teams that are going to be floating around 500 or floating around, 8th seed or whatever, we gotta start winning. We gotta start winning these games because that puts us in the potential to, when it comes into later in the season, if there's some type of whatever that goes on with the records and stuff like that, then we'll be in the mix where, you know what I mean? Where if one team loses, we might make the playoffs or whatever. That type of stuff is what I'm talking about. So these bottom of the barrel teams, we got to beat. That's just
we got to beat.
That's just a given.
Listen, I definitely think it's a crucial stretch, coming up. Mark, I'm coming to you, man. Coming to you right now. Must win on Sunday? Is it a must win?
We suck. We have to get that win because
You're breaking up real bad, Mark. Hey, Mark, you're breaking up real bad. I can't hear you.
oh my bad. I said my motto is, you know, them first 20 games, how I feel. The first 20 games tell you about the season. We need to win Sunday's game because the Kings are not winning games. So if we can't beat them, who are we gonna beat? Who are we gonna beat?
Chicago.
Because that schedule, that 20-game schedule, man, they really did it to us, man.
Yeah, I know. They did it to us in that stretch, man. That's a bad stretch.
And you know what's crazy? If you look at the Lakers schedule, they made sure they had an easy schedule so they could win games. So they could win easy games. I hate when the league does that. They gave us a schedule where we can't handle right now as a new team. And that's what we are. We're a new team, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can't win Sunday, man, when are we going to win? When are we going to win?
I feel you, man. If we don't win Sunday, because even after Sunday, Detroit's not gonna. It's not like they're gonna be an easy team. That's gonna be a tough team to play.
No, that's gonna be a tough team.
You know what I mean?
Sam, these teams are competing. These teams are competing. That's the thing I see with them. You see a lot of bad teams losing, but they're competing. That's the difference. I'm glad that we're competing, but we need to get in that win column, man. We can't go 1-6, 1-7. It trickles down like that. It's gonna be bad for us, man. Next thing you're gonna look at 1-10. Huh?
Right. Listen, if we go 1-10, if we hold up. We got this 8-game stretch where we play some teams that's not gonna make the playoffs. If we go 1-7 in this stretch, and we're 2-13, that means we're gonna end up 2-15, 2-26, 2-27, or something like that, because those next stretch of games are brutal, right?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about it. Man.
Sam, read me the next 5 games.
I'm gonna read it to you again. The next 5 games. I'm gonna read it to you again. The next 5 games. Let me scroll back up. Sacramento, Detroit, right? Sacramento, Detroit, Dallas, Cleveland, Chicago.
Okay, this is what has to happen. We have to win 4 of those 5 games.
4 of those 5 games. Okay, tell me which 4 we win. Right now, Dallas has the best record. Dallas is 3-1. Out of those 5 teams, Dallas is 3-1. Everybody else is under 500. Which 4 games do we win? Do we beat Sacramento, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago?
The first 2 and the last 2.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna read the next.
That Dallas one. That Dallas one is gonna be tricky for us because they got Luka Doncic and he just went off tonight.
Right.
I don't think we could stop the way how he plays. I don't think we're gonna be able to stop him.
Okay.
So in that case, it's those 4 games, the 2 and the one behind it. If we don't get up to at least 5 and 8, we have to be at least that.
So out of that stretch, if we end up those 5 games, if we go 4-1, then we would be 1-5 now. We would be 5-6. Okay. Now let's look. Now let's look at the next 3. Let's look at the next 3 games. The next 3 is Dallas, Charlotte, and Cleveland. Got to go at least 2-1 with those next 3.
We got to go 2-1 in that one.
Okay, so then let's say we do go 4-1, right? Well, 5-6, and then we go 2-1 in these next 3, right? That would make us 7-7. Now we're 500 going into one of the toughest stretches of the season.
And I say that we have to stay above near sea level. You know what I'm saying? We can't trickle off the way it looks like right now, being 1-5, because 1-5 is scary.
Right.
1-5 is scary, bro.
So let's focus on Coach Fizdale, and I'm going to tell you, Mark, I think Coach Fizdale is watching the show. Seriously. But, yeah, I think he's watching the show. But, Coach Fizdale, if you are indeed watching this show, you got to preach to this team. Yes, we're going to take it one game at a time. We're going to focus on 1 second at a time. I get it. But still, the goal over these next 8 games is to go 6-2.
Yep.
So we have a 500 record as we move into the toughest stretch, maybe the toughest stretch of the season. If we can have a 500 record looking into this stretch, and then find a way to pull some of these games out in this stretch. That's what we got to do. So, Coach Fizdale, when you get home, when you get back to the Garden tonight, tomorrow, whenever you're going to get back to the Garden, you're not that far from home. When you get back, when you guys get in shoot around tomorrow or practice or whatever you're going to do, right? You got to preach it to the team. You got to let the team know. 6-2 over this next 8 games. Let's even up the record. And then we prepare for that tough stretch. That's what we got to do, man. Because that tough stretch is brutal. Did you hear it, Mark?
So, bro, I'm so stressed out because we played so tough against these teams. The wins we could have had. That's the thing. There was games where we should have won it, like literally won it. And with this record, those games could have cost us because we could have been what? I said we'd be like 3-2. We could have been 3-2 right now. No, 3-3.
Yeah, we could have been. We could have been easy.
3-3, yeah.
Easy. You know what I'm saying?
And
easy.
It's not that simple. It's when you win games, the confidence.
No.
Oh.
If we lose
Yeah.
confidence fast, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you. Yeah. Hey, let me get to a phone call, man. Let me get to a phone call real quick. All right. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Yeah, what's going on, sir?
Yo, what's going on,
How you
brother?
feeling,
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, so this is Ali calling from Queens. We spoke before, and we was talking about. I told you that the Knicks wasn't going to get blown out this Boston game.
Yeah. I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that.
I told you we was going to come motivated, but they did exactly what I thought they was going to do. But your boy did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Fizz.
What'd he do?
I see you. Check this out. Hear me out with this.
Uh-huh.
And when I tell you this, I want you to take it in. What if I told you last season that we wasn't tanking? Last season, he was coaching his heart out. He was coaching. I mean, he was doing everything he could do, but he really only got 17 wins out of it.
You know,
he might be listening, right? He's a bozo. He's terrible, man. I don't think we were tanking last. I'm looking at these games. We were close the same last season.
You don't think we?
He's not doing nothing different.
Might be right, man. You might be right.
We wasn't
right.
thinking. Think about this. I mean, before I opened my mouth to say it out loud, I was thinking. I was like, this shit hurt my stomach.
You never know, man. And I don't know if there were certain things that I saw from, that he did at certain times that just make me say, we had enough talent to be better, I thought, than 17 wins, but maybe he just isn't that good of a coach. I'm going to tell you what, man, if he wins 17 games, he's definitely gone at the end of the season. The Knicks only win 17. He's gone.
Right.
He's gone. I can guarantee it. He's gone.
Listen, but those 17s, he earned that. He really won those. He was fighting hard. He's. I told you he wasn't going to let us use the weapons we got.
Yeah, you was right,
I predicted it, man.
You was right. You was right.
He got something personal against my brother, too, man. It's personal.
What's up with it?
I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I mean, Trey can't sniff the floor, and I just find it hard to believe. He played 8 players tonight. 8 players played tonight, right? And listen, we need guard help. That's what just has me befuddled. We need guard help right now, right? Our guards right now at the moment: Frank Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett, Wayne Ellington. Those are the only guards that played tonight. Everybody else that played: Kevin Knox, Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle. Everybody else that played between a small forward and a power forward. 3 guards played tonight.
Thank you.
And none of those guards can naturally get to the cup and break down the defense. Barrett is okay, but that's not really what he does. You know what I'm saying? The only guard right now that we have that is healthy, that can actually break down the defense is Trier. Only one.
But he got something against him. I don't know what. I can't call it. I told you he was terrible. He's still terrible. I mean, he doesn't. And the offense. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking. My boys run offense better in 2K, bro.
I feel you, man.
What's he running out there?
I don't know, man. I mean,
what's he doing to us?
I mean, I think the ball movement has gotten better over the past 2 games. I still think we're moving east to west, though. We're not going north or south. We're moving east to west in the half court. But I don't know. We're gonna see, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, bro.
I'll be checking in on you.
All right, man.
Definitely stop drinking. You said you was hanging on the truck. You about to let go. Your feet were dragging. The hell off that thing before you kill yourself.
I feel you.
Fizz up out of here.
I hear you, man.
You hear me?
All right.
I'm going to call in again and make sure you ain't. I'm going to slap that cup out your hand. You can't be sipping that Fizz cup no more.
All right, cool. Yeah. Call in and check on me, man. I need you to.
I got to check on you. Yes,
all
sir.
Right. Yes,
you
sir.
Have a good night, bro.
All right, peace.
Damn.
He even ended it with the damn. He even ended it with damn. I said, my man is hurting. He is hurting. All right, Mark. Trier, man. Talk to me about it. Trier, talk to me about it.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I even forgot Boyd was on the team, bro.
Yo, man.
Listen, I'm watching the games, right? I forgot that he plays for us. My question is, right? When no one could get a bucket, right, and he's the best at getting a quick basket or drawing a foul or just creating something, some way, somehow. Why? My thing is, right? He's trying to implement Wayne Ellington. I don't know why. Like, I understand it's for spacing him, but if a player is productive, I think Trey's a productive player.
Hey, Mark, 1 second. Let me just say this. May 4th, you said every single game Trey played in, we lost. Dude, we lost almost every game except one. So, I mean, what you mean?
We need a timeout, 30 seconds.
Nah, I mean, he ain't going to get a timeout for that, but I'm just saying. Go ahead.
If we're having trouble at scoring when we need a bucket, wouldn't you want to put in someone that's an attacker, which he is? Because now that I look at all the games that we lost close, right? It would have been a perfect situation to put him in and put him in a play where it gets him running off the ball, getting the ball, and attacking the basket every time.
Right.
So my question: why are you not playing him?
Nobody knows, man.
For me, he's the only one that had like that supreme confidence to get a basket on his team.
Yeah.
Like, and RJ, but Trey, He has the supreme confidence.
Yeah, he does. Hopefully he still does. Hopefully he's. I mean, I think he just has it. But you know, when you're on a basketball team and all of a sudden your coach ain't playing you, and you don't know why, you can start to lose confidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he has. I'm just saying you could.
Let me say something. The dude that just called, right? I understand what he's going to do and everything. I'm slowly going through it. But to say that Fizz was coaching last year with that team, bro, you could have the best coach on this planet Earth. You wouldn't be able to coach that last year next team. It was just like, okay? So tell that caller when he call back, relax, bro. Relax, bro. It's only 6 games. I'm trying to take it in. I'm not trying to go overboard. The only way I'm going to go overboard if we're 1-10. You're going to see a different Mark. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Well, okay. Check this out, Mark.
Yeah.
The Kings won tonight. They beat they won by 1 point. They beat the Utah Jazz. Now the Jazz are a good team.
They know they're a good team.
They beat the Jazz. These guys, now, we're both 1-5. So you know the Kings are saying the same thing that we're saying, right? The Kings are like, we should beat the Knicks. We better beat the Knicks.
If Sacramento lost tonight, we could have used that loss as fuel to get out, try to get out easy win. Now they think now they on track. Now they put themselves back on track. But now that gives them confidence in going out and beating the Utah Jazz.
Exactly. They just beat a good team. So they can look at it like this. We beat the Utah Jazz for our first win. They beat the Chicago Bulls for their first win, right? We're better than the Knicks. We play in the Western Conference where we play against better teams anyway. We're going into Madison Square Garden and getting a win. They think they're coming to get a win. I can guarantee it. They think they're coming to get a win.
Tim, you know what's going to kill me, bro? Yo, I totally forgot. Yo, Darren Fox is going to kill us, bro. He's too fast for us, bro. We barely run in transition now after the first 2 games. We're 25th in transition. 25th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Sometimes, bro, I'm so happy about Knox because I wish we had a point guard that could run the ball with him because there's a lot of easy backs that we could get with him getting the ball in transition. But that's what he's good at, bro. And we have a lot of young guys that's able to run. But the vets, Randle, Morris, every time they bring up the ball, they trouting, bro. Why are they bringing up the ball? Let them run up the court. Let the young guy bring up the ball. That's why Celtics defense would always stagnate us, man, because, again, they love when teams walk the ball out. Walk the ball. But they defense is stingy, man. That back line that they have always works. You cannot do that against good defensive teams. You have to put pressure on them, man. But we don't put that type of pressure that we need to. And that's why our scores look like that, man.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, I thought that Trier, Gizmo, I'm coming to you because I know you want to talk about Trier. I thought Trier was going to play. Right, and I want to say to King Ant G, I'm not being negative, man. I'm just saying we are saying that we need to beat the Kings. Well, the Kings are now looking at the Knicks and saying we need to beat the Knicks. Like looking at the Knicks as a team that they should beat. That's all I'm saying. But I want to know about Trey. Guillermo, you said you wanted to talk about Trey, man.
Yeah, man. I just don't know what the hell Fizdale's doing with Trey, man. You know, I'm out on the bandwagon I'm out on the side of saying we should start him. But I was always on the side saying this guy is he's our instant offense. You know what I mean? And, you know, we also sat down Portis after Portis was hot tonight, at least to the first, I won't say hot, but he had a decent game. The first 3 quarters. It's like, you know, man, you're trying to force Randle in there. Randle's getting vital minutes and he's giving defense. I just don't understand where Trey has done something real legit bad, like be in this type of trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand what is happening. And it's just, I don't know how that's helping the offense. It has to be a you think maybe he told people off or he cursed out teammates or has a certain attitude. And if that's the case, I understand it. It's all Bill Belichick thing that no matter how talented you are, if you don't follow protocol, you sit down. And I respect that if that's the case. But if it's that he doesn't know where to put him or something else lesser than that, then I don't agree, man, because maybe not tonight more so, but just because we lost this game, or I mean, what's him hit a ridiculous three or a ridiculous shot? Tatum. You know what I mean? So I'm not really getting even mad at the loss or whatever. But it's like even the game before that when we were playing the Magic, was it? Yeah, the Magic. Where was Trier? When we played, the Brooklyn Nets, where we went that dry spell for 3 minutes, couldn't score. Where was Trier? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, man. It just and if you want to trade him, you're not building up his value anyway. So it would just suck that Trier will go to another team. And Trier's the type of guy, he might go to another team, put his attitude in check, and play hard for him, especially if he's playing for a contender. And I just want to know, I want to see if Fizdale has a way to kind of reach to him and kind of get him to play team basketball. If the issue is that he's not a player, he's essentially in the locker room and blah, blah. So you have an asset on your team, Sam. And it seems like he was releasing the ball a lot quicker from off the ball. His defense hasn't been terrible, whatever. So I don't know, Sim. It doesn't make sense. You have an asset who can play on both sides of the floor. He's giving you 44, 45% for the field. Buckets can take his man to the basket. And I don't get it. I don't follow the media like that, but I haven't heard any reports or articles of anybody challenging Fizdale.
No, man. I don't. I think Trey is cool. I don't think there's a problem. I don't think there's that. I can't say. I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, but I don't think. I think he's a good kid that wants to just try to get his. You know what I'm saying? I know he had a couple things with Tim Hardaway Jr. last year. That's Tim Hardaway Jr. He's a brat. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got to do against Sacramento? We got to get this win, man. What do we got to do?
Got to shut down De'Aaron Fox, man. That's a tall task, bro. De'Aaron Fox is a demon. That boy. And he's not. And the thing about it is that if you watch his first 2 years, I haven't watched any games this season, but if you watch their first 2 years, man, De'Aaron Fox was playing off of natural athleticism, just natural raw talent. And then you saw him play a smarter game last year. I mean, obviously his he has the speed. He can give you the dribble drive, pass off. But he's starting to slowly come into his own as a complete point guard. Now, their record, I think you said, was 1-5. But they did beat a Jazz team that, at the very least, is going to be your defense. Like, they will defend you to death. And for you to beat that, and I mean, he's had some pretty, like last year, they were in the playoff hunt until maybe the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes, they were. Yes.
So, again, it's going to have to come down. And people keep talking about Frank didn't shut down Kemba. Now, if you watch this game, Kemba scored a lot of his points off the bench. Like Mark made a great point. If you watch the game, they were getting it where that Frank switched off. And because we have terrible communication, Frank is not going to stay on the guy and then having the big man also kind of like drag along, and then he makes a pass to the big guy, gets the basket, whatever, right? Even though I'd rather give the ball to the big guy versus Kemba, but we just have such poor communication. And again, Randle is so terrible in the pick and roll defense. It's like he just gets caught. It's like he doesn't even try to step up. He doesn't try to peek and then come back to try to help Frank and give Frank time. So Frank is basically like, all right, I'm getting blocked by Blasey. Now it's up to you, big man, since you didn't want to at least come and help peek where I can recover, and then you go back to the big man. So this game against De'Aaron Fox, you know what his bread and butter is. He's going to drive to the basket, he's going to finish, he's going to draw fouls. And then if you're going to double team him at the basket, at the rim, he's going to pass it to Buddy Hill. They're going to make shots. They have a nice duo. You got to disrupt the kid from the beginning. Get the ball out his hands and make the rotation players make plays. Tonight with Kemba Walker, like I said, double team. I'm not saying do it every play. When he's getting hot, double team him early if he's near the front of the corners, right? Double team him early before you get into that top of the key, dribble, get his little hezzy on, and get his fill on. Get him at the top of the key, in one of the corners before he comes to top of key, and disrupt him. Make him make one of those other guys make plays. With the ball in his hand, Gordon Hayward can't reach the basket no more. He can always make a glorified shooter. Marcus Smart is hit or miss with his shooting. They can drive to the basket, make those guys beat you. And Jaylen Brown, I don't think played tonight. So we should have made their non-playmaker guys make plays. With the Kings, get the ball out of De'Aaron Fox's hands. He's the bread and the butter. He's an inch to that team. If he doesn't go, they don't go. So I'm not saying it's easy. I didn't say it's easy. Don't get on me. I'm not saying it's easy. That boy's a beast. I love his game, but
maybe the fastest guy in the league, man. De'Aaron Fox so far this season, he averages 30 minutes per game. He's shooting 38.8% from the field, 34.8% from three. He's averaging 16 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game.
Is he good or something? 30 points a night?
You said 30?
You said, 30 minutes a night. I'm sorry.
30 minutes a night. 30 minutes a night. He averages 30 minutes a night right now. One of the fastest guys in the league. So keeping him from getting the ball, denying him on the ball on the inbounds is going to be difficult because he's already quick. Defending him full court, it could be trouble because if he blows past, you're going to have Frank on him. If he blows past you, there's not much you can do. I don't know if you want to try to defend him full court. Maybe you try it a couple times to see if Frank can defend him. If Frank can stay in front of him.
I would love to see. I don't know who. I guess RJ would have Buddy Hield, right? So you can't really give Buddy Hield. Buddy will kill you with the threes, right? But damn, man, it's like as much as I like Julius Randle, man, you got to give him less minutes when these teams are getting hot, man, because his defense is so bad. Like, it's not cancer level bad, but it is on that pick and roll. Watch it when Frank has at least somebody who peaks. Even Mitchell Robinson, which is a peak sometimes. If you can have somebody at least peak with Frank, he can come back and recover. And I think they still have who the Kings have as a big man. I don't know who their big man is, but I don't think it's a shooter. So even if it's a big man, it's like a pick and pop thing. Frank, Frank comes in and the big man has to go back to his guy. His guy might be in space. It might just be the guy just catches the ball and just looking to pass it. So it's like, I don't know, man. Randle, as much as I like him offensively, I think that, look, you're sitting down Trier. You sat down Frank last year on offensive stuff. And what if Fizdale say he sits you down for the plays where you're not practicing it right? He won't sit you down for that, but he'll sit you down for like effort and all that stuff, right? He said that last year. Well, Julius Randle's not giving you effort on defense. And every time these guys get on runs, I'm not saying every time. Let me take that back. Many times when these teams get on major runs, Julius Randle's in the game. And it's because he's giving up the ball, which is a Fizdale's issue, and his defense on the pick and roll is so bad. It is. Okay. It's so terrible.
Well, look,
Portis was playing better tonight. He played better defense tonight. He was active on the boards. You eat what you kill, right? So he got to give Portis more minutes in that role, man. Because Julius Randle, as much as I like him, it's not like he's doing something so astronomically good that is going to offset a lot of his bad plays on defense.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But we got to figure out a way that we're going to beat. We got to figure out a way that we're going to beat Sacramento. You know what I mean? We got to strategize against those guys. You got to quit guarding De'Aaron Fox. He can get up and down the floor. He's going to make it difficult on any team that plays against him. We'll see if what Frank Ntilikina can do against him. It's not going to be easy. Right now, the Sacramento Kings, let's take a look at some stats on the Sacramento Kings, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that's De'Aaron Fox averaging 16.2 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, 6.8 assists per game. Let's take a look at the Sacramento Kings as a team. Get down here and get them up here. Right, so far, and again, the Kings won tonight. They beat the Utah Jazz, who are a very good team. So they're now 1-5 on the season. The Kings average 98.6 points per game. They give up 115.6 points per game. All right, tonight they won 102 to 101. Let's take a look at this game and look at some of the stats behind the game, because this could be a sign that they're starting to get better, ladies and gentlemen. So we should look at this game. Fizdale should look at this game. The Knicks should be looking at this game. Let's take a look at the matchup and see what they did. Right, they jumped out to an early lead over the Utah Jazz, 28-18. All right, Jazz came back in the second quarter to trim the lead. They came back in the third quarter to trim they won the third quarter to trim the lead even further, but they couldn't finish the game, and the Sacramento Kings won 102-101. When you look at the numbers, the Kings shot 48.8% from the field. There was only 27.6% from three, and they shot 70.6% from the free throw line. The Kings, you look at these rebounds. Now, both teams were shooting well, but geez, the Kings got 38 rebounds. Maybe that has a lot to do with them shooting well. Only 15 assists. Obviously, Utah is a very good defensive team. So it's going to be hard for any team to, score against Utah because they're a good defensive team. They had 16 turnovers. Right? I'm not exactly sure what these guys are doing on the season. Let's see if we can take a look at. Well, let's go to stats. We're gonna go to the stats. See if we can take a look at the Sacramento Kings and see what they're doing for the season so far. Obviously, they were 0-5 before this season. Before the game started tonight, they were 0-5. Now they're 1-5 and beating the Utah Jazz. But let's see what they've been doing throughout the season. We're going to go to advanced here. We're going to go to all teams, and we're going to find the Sacramento Kings. Now we can look at the Sacramento Kings by themselves. So the Kings, and I know this is very small, so you may not be able to see it, but I'll go ahead and I'll read it out to you. On the season, the Kings are averaging 99.2 points per game. All right. They're shooting 42.2% from the field, 32.4% from three. They average 19.3 assists, 17.8 turnovers. They sound a lot like the New York Knicks, right? A team that shoots has a low shooting percentage from the field, turns the ball over a lot. The Knicks protected the ball tonight, but turns the ball over a lot. Doesn't get many assists. They sound a lot like the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. A lot like the Knicks. So we'll see. We're going to have to deal, with another fast guard, maybe the fastest guard in the league, and messing around with De'Aaron Fox. We'll see if Frank Ntilikina is up to the task in dealing with De'Aaron Fox. All right. Nate, what's going on with you, bro? What do we got to do to beat we got Sacramento, man. Well, a lot of people think it's a must-win game. What do we got to do?
Well, let me just say, starting off, man, kudos to Frank, man. I thought he played a great game. He was aggressive when he needed to. He ran the offense, played with poise. I mean, this guy needs to be our starting point guard going forward. I don't care what DSJ comes back.
Well, he's going to be it for now. We know that. He'll be it for now. We'll see what happens, going forward from here.
But you're a coach, Tim. Just look at the way he handles the team. Look at the way he runs the team. He runs it like a point guard. Wow. His defense is good. His passing is getting better. His shot's getting better. Really, outside of his shot, what big weakness does he have?
Well, we'll see what happens from there. I get you. I feel you. We'll see what happens from there. What do we got to do to beat Sacramento?
Yeah. So basically, you got to control De'Aaron Fox. The guy is lightning in a bottle. And again, if Fizdale's going to run Frank out there, that's going to be help because Frank is long, and Frank can disrupt De'Aaron Fox in some aspect. But what I'm more worried about, Sim, and I think this is becoming a bigger problem with the Knicks, is that, bro, we got to get on the boards, man. We're giving up too many second chance points, and the Kings are a scrappy team. They like to get on those boards.
Well, let me see. I don't know. Right now, the Knicks are one of the. If we look at the stats, you're talking about the boards. And I've been pounding and hollering about rebounding a lot too, right? But when you
we're
look
talking
at
offensive boards more so than anything. They gotta stop allowing offensive boards, man. Those are other possessions that we're allowing the team to shoot.
Well,
we gotta get them one shot and be done.
Okay, so right now the Knicks are 8th in the league in rebounding. All right, they're number 1 in offensive rebounding. So they're rebounding the basketball.
But it's the timely boards. Like if you watch the Celtics game, man, I mean, we didn't get boards when we didn't get those defensive boards like we should, and we gave the Celtics second chance shots. We can't be doing that, man.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. You got to get timely boards, but we are a good defensive we are a good rebounding team. Defense. Let's see where we are in defensive rebounds. Defensive rebounds, we're kind of middle of the pack at 16.
Mm-hmm.
We're number 1 in offensive rebounds, so all together, we're like 7th, 8th in the league.
Yeah, and another thing too, Sim, is we got to be able to guard the 3, man, because they got some shooters on that team. Buddy Hield, Fox at times.
Yeah.
But Bogdanovich. I mean, they got guys that can light it up from 3. So we definitely have to be on our rotations and guard the 3 very good to have a chance to win.
Yeah, definitely. Buddy Hield, he can give us some problems. If we don't play defense, he can give us some problems. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, Sam, let me ask you a question, man.
All right.
Why you continue to let these cornballs be mods, man? They placing me on timeout because Frank is ass. He's a butt.
Hey, bro, you can't call up wilding out like that. That's not happening, my man. You know what I'm saying? We can handle that on another time, but you can't call up doing some stuff like that. All right, that's not cool. We're going to move on from there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move on from that. We're going to take care of the mod situation. Guys who are mods, man, I need you guys to be smart and think about, do stuff on, just because you don't like what somebody said doesn't mean that you put them in timeout. So I think I'm going to have to take the approach that my man, the entertainer, took, take away all mods, and then I will, place certain people in that position. You know what I'm saying? So, the next show we'll have no mods, and then I'll place people in that position. But bro, you can't call up the show doing that. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's not cool, man. We could deal with that in another way, but not live on the air. It's not happening. All right. Isaiah, man, I'm coming to you, brother. How we gonna beat Sacramento, bro? Isaiah. All right, Isaiah ain't paying attention. City for real?
Come on, Sim.
Go ahead, City.
Yo, so look, hey Sim, I just want to get this off my chest real quick, right? With Trey here, right? Let's just say this. Maybe I don't, and everybody's gonna hate me for this, but maybe Fizz didn't play him because it doesn't matter. Like, okay, so we played him in that one game, right? And what happened? He scored 20-some points or whatever. We lost, right? All the other games that we didn't play him in, we were close. And guess what happened?
What's that?
We still lost.
Uh-huh.
So whether we had him in the game for one game, right? Just one game. He only played one game and he dropped 20. But guess what? We still lost. Or he dropped more than 20, but we still lost. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether we have him in the game or not, because guess what? When we had him in the game, we lost. When we didn't have him in the game, we lost. That's just straight fact.
But how do you know that some of those games that he did not play at all, there could have been a different outcome? You don't know because he wasn't in the game. Yeah, I mean, and you can say that about everyone else who's played as well, that they lost too,
right.
when they played, because we're 1-5. You know what I'm saying? Right. So everybody lost when they played. You know what I mean? He could have played against Chicago and we could have won. If he could have played and we could have won. Who knows?
Yeah, no,
but
this is why I told Grimo the other day. I told him, I said, bro, I just don't never want to hang my hat on shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to hang my hat and say, oh, if we play this guy tonight, guess what? We would have won. I don't. That's not what I do. Like, you know what I mean? It's always like I said before in other stream, it's always next man up. Like Coach Fizz said, you know what? Next man up. And if we play this player, that player, and we win, hey, good. You know what? Let's go. If we don't play this player, that player, it's not because the player is trash, or it's not because the player is not doing what he needs to do. It's just because the situation probably didn't call for him being played. I mean, we could have put in Taj tonight. I don't think I saw Taj tonight. I could be wrong, but I don't think I saw Taj tonight. But we could have put him in. But guess what? We didn't. But nobody talks about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody says, "Oh, how come we didn't see Taj tonight? What happened?" Like, you know what I mean?
Right, but
we didn't
I
play
think
Dot tonight. Nobody talks about, "Oh, how come we didn't see Dot tonight?" Like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that for the game, whatever the reasons is that's going on in the game, maybe it's just best to keep the players in that we got in, because that's how the game is flowing. Like,
I know,
you know what I mean?
but the
You don't
players
wanna,
that
sometimes you don't
we're
wanna break the
using.
flow.
But what flow do
of-
we? But my question is, what flow do we have? We're not winning games. We're not winning games. So what flow do we have?
Well, see, that's Tim. That's the thing. We're not winning games, but we're in games. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so just because we're not winning doesn't mean that the flow is bad. It just means that sometimes down the stretch we're not hitting shots, just
Yeah,
like what we've seen.
That's true,
the
but we
last
also
2 games.
But we also
Um,
We're also shooting like 40% from the field. I mean, the
Yes.
call for Trier, like if we were even if we were losing games, right? But let's say that we were shooting 48% from the field. We were scoring 115 points per game. But we still weren't winning games, right? And it was our defense that were letting teams score 120 points a game, right? So we weren't winning.
Right.
And people would be saying, well, you know what, Trier, you know, scoring isn't the issue. If that was the case, people would say, well, scoring is not the issue, it's the defense. But right now, scoring is part of the issue. We shoot 40% or less from the field. I don't know what the numbers are going to work out to be,
right?
You know, after tonight, right? But we're shooting like 40% or less from the field. Right now, we're down guards. We're missing Alfred Payton. We're missing Dennis Smith Jr. We played with 3 guards tonight. 3 guards,
But
and
Sim,
none of
that's
those
not
3
our big
guards
problem.
can penetrate to the basket. Trier is a guy that can crack that first line of defense. He can crack that first line of defense and get into the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Tim, that's not our big problem. Our big problem, and I keep stating it. I've been saying it since the beginning of the season, even back when we were in preseason. Our big problem is free throws, bro. Like free throws. Like that is our main issue. And again, I want to say this again. I'm not saying that if we hit all of our free throws that we will win the game. But what I'm saying is that our free throw shooting is freaking horrible, bro. Like,
I agree.
And there's nobody that can say that our free throw shooting isn't horrible. It is terrible. And I would like to say that maybe if we sneak into the 80% range, that would put us in better positions. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
Not saying that
agree.
we will win, but it would put us in better positions
I
to
agree. I
be
agree.
able to control the game.
I agree. You know, we've got to increase our free throw shooting. One of the ways
bad,
too,
bro. We 60-some%. Bro.
I know.
60-some%.
You know, we shoot like 67% from the free throw line. You know, but it still doesn't negate that we shoot 40% from the field, and we need someone who can, you know, who can shoot a high percentage from the field. Alonzo Trier is a guy that can shoot a high percentage from the field. I don't know. I think that Alonzo Trier should be. I don't know what's going on, you know, inside the locker room.
Those
right?
numbers, Sim. Can I just say this real quick? Those numbers, Sim. Sometimes the shooting from the field are misleading because we got a guy like Mitch that can get in the paint, and he could probably go through the season and go 80% from the field, like, you know what I mean. But we know what his shots consist of, like, right? We know
But
it's mostly dunks and lobs and putbacks or whatever.
right.
So,
But Trier
at certain
does it from 3. He knocks
right,
down mid range. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I mean, he does it from different levels on the floor. I mean, especially given that we don't have a lot of guards, man. I think he should be using Trier, because we're down guards right now, and none of the guards that we have can get to the cup.
Well, the
Right
only
at
other
this
guard
moment.
we
At
got
this
is
moment.
Dotson and wait, we got Dotson, Ellington, and Frank right now, right?
And RJ.
And I'm considered. See, I look at RJ like he's a forward, but no, I get you.
He's a shooting
I
guard.
got you.
Plays shooting guard for us. Yeah. So
I
let me
got
get to a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to another phone call. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, Sim, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Knicks fan from Connecticut calling. I was at the game tonight, man. Tough one.
Okay. All right. Talk to me about it.
Julius Randle, man, lack of a post presence down low, man. Every time he gets the ball, I can name 3 or 4 possessions where he's missing open shooters. He's turning the ball over. I just think him going through, running the offense through him is really hurting us.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's definitely hurting us. And I don't know. Fizdale's got to figure out how he's going to use Julius Randle, because what he's doing right now isn't working. You know what I mean? And how he wants to use Julius Randle, it's just not working. It's not happening. It's not working. He's got to figure out a way to use this kid, because he's talented. And if you use him the right way and you get him in positions to be able to go to the basket on the move, take 1 or 2 dribbles and get to the cup, he could be unstoppable. But, Fizz is going to fizz, man.
Sam, for 6'11", he has to have the poorest post offense in the game, man. It's bad. It's bad. It's killing us, man. No presence down low. It's really hurting us.
I mean, sounds like another player we used to have, but,
Yeah, I don't know, and I think we're trying to play Ellington and Morris these minutes to get their trade value up. I really don't think either one of them will be with us come trade deadline.
Okay, I mean that could very well be. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there's things floating out there about D'Angelo Russell and people that could be traded to bring in D'Angelo Russell and stuff like that. We'll see.
Sure could have used Kemba tonight, man. I tell you that much. Kemba in a Knicks uniform would have been nice.
Hey, you know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, based on the money that we had, and did we want to pay, the whole argument that was back then, do you want to pay second tier, stars, max money and all that kind of stuff? Who knows? But we need a point guard bad.
I think a couple more games with Frank not being scared to make decisions without being scared of being pulled. I think he had about 2 or 3 opportunities where he could have drove tonight. I just think that he was still scared, even with the lack of guards, of getting pulled or losing minutes. And I think just a little more confidence of knowing that he's not going to get pulled if you make a mistake. He'll be right where he's definitely our point guard of the future. So.
I hope so, man. I mean,
he's young, man. Everyone forgets how young he is.
I know he is. He's very young. He's 21 years old. Let's see. Let's see if it can continue, and if he gets, like you said, he got 30. What did he get? 37 minutes tonight. If he can continue to get those kind of minutes, and right now you almost have no choice but to give him those kind of minutes because he's your best on-ball defender. There's no other guards out there. No he's not playing Trier. No Alfred Payton. No Dennis Smith Jr. So he's going to be getting those minutes. He'll have his chance right now to prove and take control of that position. It's his chance right here.
Game screaming for Trier to get in the game, man. Ellington played a lot of minutes tonight, man.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, anytime,
Appreciate
man,
the call.
anytime. I'm the one that was hitting you up from New London too. That lives right down the street from Mitchell College.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Nice.
That's me. That's me.
All right. No doubt. All right. Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
But I listen all the time, man. I'm gonna call back plenty other times, man.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. It is late. I'm going to come to Nate. I'm going to come around to you guys. I'm going to start with you, Nate, man. Give me some last words because I'm going to head out of here. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, right? There's 800 people in here. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice if I could get 800 thumbs up. Got 800 people in here. Get 800 thumbs up. Go in there just really quick. Only takes you a second. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button for me right now. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. All right, so subscribe. Hit me with a thumbs up. Ring that notification bell. And if you're on a sportscaster, follow me. And then you can share this. Please share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. If you're on Reddit, share it out there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to get to some last words tonight. Sometime tomorrow, I'll do a game preview of the Knicks versus Sacramento Kings. You know, because we're hitting a stretch of the season where we really need to start winning these games. It's important. So, we're going to do a nice game preview tomorrow. Talk about this stretch and, how we can get some wins during this stretch. We talked about it a little bit tonight, but we're going to go into some more depth with it. All right. Game preview tomorrow. Look for that notification. Subscribe right now so that you get those notifications. All right. And, let's do some last words, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Nate, start with you, bro.
Yeah, so two things real quick. First off, with Trier, I told you this before the season started, that they brought in Wayne Ellington because they trust the vet to step in those big clutch game parts of the game. And that's what Fizdale is using Wayne Ellington. Whether or not it's right, I don't know. I mean, I know Wayne Ellington took like 10 threes tonight. That's way too many threes for him to be taking if he's not making a higher clip than that. But I think as long as Wayne Ellington is still making threes and making shots, Trier will be seeing the bench. Now, if Wayne Ellington struggles, it'll be interesting to see if they switch to Trier. I don't know. Also, too, I'm proud of this team. They play hard. They fight. They claw. They just are still making dumb mistakes at the end. Not making a pass on a 2-on-3 break or 2-on-1 break. For a layup. Miss assignments on defense on 3-point shooters. I mean, we got to get better than that. If the Knicks want to win games and close out these games, they got to get smarter in the fourth quarter. But I love the fight. I love the way the young guys are playing. The future's bright for this team. We definitely do need a more stellar point guard, I think, to really take this team to the next level. And Julius Randle, part of my language, has to get his head out of his ass because he is frustrating me so much. Like, I don't understand why he's struggling so much, because if you watch him with other teams, they utilize him so well. And it seems like with the Knicks, he just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So hopefully he gets that stuff together. But
all right, man.
Yeah, I think we got a good chance against the Kings. But again, we gotta close at the end. That's just the thing. Play good defense. The defense looks good. I'm not disappointed in the defense at all. We just still have lapses. We gotta not have those lapses in the fourth quarter, because those are the difference of 1 or 2 baskets. So,
right.
But I'm hopeful. Hopefully we'll get some wins soon.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Later. Guillermo, hit me with some last words, man.
Yeah, man. Last words. Free my man Trier, and I'll say it's a Trier because it seems like no one else on the team is asking for him. It's like no one's talking about him, so it seems he probably said something that was really disrespectful to the team or something like that. I'll say this, Trier, your NBA life could be really whatever you did, man, be a man. If you did something, be a man. Apologize, because you're too good of a player to not make an impact on this team. And it's just, if it's your attitude, we've heard about you being pampered since high school, that stuff. Look, bro, you have talent. Apologize to your team. Be a team player. fit what they want. And then, when you get your time, shine, bro. But other than that, man, yeah, that's all I really got. Because Fizdale, whatever.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Peace. City, I like the hat too. City, I like the hat.
Representing for our Giants, man.
That's
Although
it.
we sucking right now, but I'm representing for them.
Yeah. No
Got
doubt.
a Knicks one just like it too. I'll wear it on the next one.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Last words, man.
Last words. Anyways, I just want to say Sunday's game, must win game. I repeat, must win game, and our free throw shooting better be on par. Like I said last stream, Coach Fizz, however many free throws you hit in a row, that's how many minutes you get, because we've been sucking on free throws. And if anybody wants to challenge that, it is what it is. But let's go. Let's get that W Sunday. Bang.
All right.
Do it.
No doubt. Peace, man. I'll catch you. I'll be on sometime. I don't know the exact time, but I'll be on tomorrow.
For sure.
Preview.
I'll get on there too.
Yeah. All right. Peace, man. Mark.
So, listen, man. Really great for it. Sweet because boy wants some W's, but as long as there's effort being played, we're not going out like suckers. I'm gonna be level cool about stuff. But guys, take it easy. Man, I understand doing shit. He's doing things I might not like because I forgot about Trey. He was even on the team. That's how crazy it is. Forgot Boy was even on the team. In times where you needed a bucket, he could have been the person to provide it for us. But take it easy on Fizz because we cannot fire another coach. Y'all let me know if we fire Fizz, who's next? Not Mark Jackson, because again, if you bring Mark Jackson, it's going to be the same type of offense, but in a pick and roll manner. He don't have anything that differs from what Fizz don't do. It all looks the same. That's why they fired him and got Steve Kerr, and then you see what happened with Steve Kerr. Changed the whole offense. Our defense is getting good game by game, so y'all should be happy about that. That's what I'm mostly happy about. So, end of the day, man, I hope we get the win on Sunday, man. It's important. We have to go on these mini winning streaks, man, to stay above water, man, or else we're going to be deep in the sea, bro. We don't want that because that's when I'm going to get irritated and come on the show, start attacking who I can attack.
All right, man. Everybody's waiting for one of them days. They already know one of them days coming. We know that.
Sim, I'm proud of myself because I am not bringing that energy that people want to bring.
It's coming. We already know it's coming. It came close a couple of times. It's coming. Watch. Especially, it's going to come when we play Dallas. Isaiah, when we play Dallas, and if KP goes off, it's coming. Watch.
Oh, hold on.
Watch.
Y'all should already know that I booked that date for y'all.
Uh-huh.
I booked that date. It's either we going to win or lose. If we end up winning that game, I'm still going to be here, and I'm going to represent. Y'all all could do y'all trolling that night. I accept it, but again, I already booked that night. That night for go crazy.
Yeah, we going to find that. All right, man. All right, later. Peace.
Later.
I can guarantee you, Isaiah, Mark's going to go off that night. Watch. Man, give me your...
Yo, you know he is, man.
Yeah. You might as well give me your first and last words, man.
Yo, listen, man, I got the chat on a little bit later. But listen, I wasn't really mad about the shot. That's gonna happen. It's the NBA. I mean, I've seen people like trying to kill RJ, but it's like, man, you got this kid guarding Kyrie, you got this kid guarding Jayson Tatum. Yo, once this kid's gonna be ready, Sim. I'm not worried about that. The defense is already there, so I'm not worried about that. Fizdale again. I'll say this about what's going on with the team. The defense lately has been has been really, really great. But again, Sim, I've been harping on this since the day we went to the game. What is Fizdale doing when it comes to rotations and players? I'm being honest with you, Sim. I really think Alonzo Trier did something with Fizz. He did something to Fizz because I've never seen a coach have a player that can give you a cool 15 points, easy in his sleep, 15 points, and he doesn't play him. That's like Doc. That's like Doc not playing Lou Williams.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not Lou Williams, but I mean, I get it. I get it. Man, you gotta have to start getting on earlier, man, because we've been through all of this already. Now you're rehatching it.
I know, but listen, my last words, man. I need Fizz to actually coach him. I need him to recognize that Julius Randle is turning the ball over at a high clip. And I need him to not play Marcus Morris as much because here's my thing with Fizz, Sim, and tell me if I'm wrong. It's like he did this last year with Tim Hardaway. So he'll sit everybody else. Everybody else gets to get benched. But the players that quote unquote make superstar money, they get to work through their woes. They get to have bad games because they get paid the most on the team. But people like Frank, Dot, Knox, everybody else that has a bad game, they get to sit a couple of games. But the players that are really affecting us losing and winning, they don't get to sit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's bothering me about Fizz. He's to me not coaching. He's not stepping up and telling these guys on the team, hey, you're hurting the team right now. You need to sit back and let somebody else. He needs to tell.
All right. Well. Let's see. Let me ask you a question. Do you have windows in your car?
Yes, I got windows in my car, man.
Like, cause I'm seeing, like, it's bugs. I keep seeing bugs fly past your face and all kinds of stuff. Like, what's good, man? What's good? Like, you got bug. I see little gnats flying past you. At first, I thought it was spit. I was like, why is it spitting? But it's bugs. What's good? You got windows or what?
Man, listen, son, you've been in my car. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know what's going on. But listen, I'm out of here, man. I'm gone.
All right, man. All right. Shout out to the chat. Great show tonight, Shim. Like I said, man, hope we need this. We need this W. We're both 1-5. We are both
need it.
Team. We need to win this game.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, man. We definitely need it. I'm out of here, man. Peace.
All right, talk to you, man. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate you guys for being on with me. Look, there's a lot that's got to happen with the Knicks right now. And I'm still holding on with Fizdale, though. I ain't on front. I'm still holding on. I mean, I want to see Fizdale get it right. And maybe Fizdale is working through something with the team. Maybe he does have a plan. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. But I'm holding on hope. You know, I'm holding on hope that we'll start to see it. It'll start to come out. And maybe he takes the time to get to know and understand his players and what they can and can't do. I don't know. But I'm holding out hope. Listen, when I see stuff that I don't like, I'm going to let it be known. But I am holding out hope that he can get it together. May 4th, you might be right. This might be the best game we played all season. You might be right. This might be the best one we played all season. Still a lot of stuff there, but it might be the best one we played. Let's see how we follow it up against Sacramento. You know, see if we can start putting together wins against teams that we're supposed to win against. Because, let's be real, if we are really looking at it, we played 6 games. In those 6 games, we played 5 potential playoff teams. We only got blown out against one team. All the other games, we held a lead in the 4th quarter. We can hang our hat on that for a little bit. We can hang our hat on that. And we can find a way to close. If we can find someone that can close, you know, maybe we can look at turning this thing around. Let's see what happens, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know what time, so just look for the notification. I got to see how my schedule plays out tomorrow. I'll be on so I can do the game preview. It'll be about an hour and 15 minutes. All right. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We do this game preview. And I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy your weekend. If I don't catch you tomorrow, enjoy your weekend. But I hope you're here tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, though. Subscribe to the channel. Like. Ring the notification bell. Peace.
That's the G.